meddling, intrusive, judgmental, unbearable, boundary-crossing, toxic, even hateful. Of course I'm talking about your in-laws. If they're here with you today, you can keep a straight face and just watch and talk about it later when you get home. We conducted a survey on drphil.com and on Facebook, and we found that 83% of you admit to avoiding your in-laws. 83%? Well, I appreciate your honesty. I asked my Twitter followers, have you ever had a fight with your spouse because of your in-laws? Nearly 80% said yes. I think that's because we didn't have a hell yes button. So what is it about in-laws that makes people want to run and hide? Well, my first guest, Angie, says after 9.5 years, she has had about enough of her offensive, meddling, boundary-crossing mother-in-law, Kathy. She wrote to me desperate for help. She didn't write once, she wrote twice. Take a look.
No matter what I do, my mother-in-law thinks I am completely evil. I cook wrong, I clean wrong, raise my son wrong, treat my husband wrong.
Angie believes that she's a good person, but she's not. I see her as a liar, deceiver, conniver, manipulative, and controlling. She's not an ugly girl. She's somewhat attractive, but ugly is as ugly does, and that's what she is.
When Kathy first came out to visit us, she gave me a big hug. It only took a couple of weeks before I knew I was not accepted in their family. Kathy walked in the bedroom one night with a video camera, and she specifically said, "You better not do anything while I'm down here." I was led to believe that we weren't supposed to have sex while she was there. I thought it was creepy.
Angie treats me like a dirty dish rag. This means whenever you do anything nice, it's not appreciated. You're treated like you've done something wrong. I took it upon myself to go out and help Angie. She has a bad back.
She kept telling me that I was doing Jason's laundry wrong. So she proceeded to go get his underwear out of our laundry and do his underwear with her clothing.
I'm finding socks on the side of the washer, down in between. I'm finding clothing. I look behind the washer and dryer. There's trash. There's lint.
Kathy did not like that I didn't cook a lot.
I think she's lazy, plumb lazy.
Jason and I went out one day. We came back home and she had rearranged my living room, my couch, my love seat, end tables, you name it. Walked into my kitchen and she had put utensils from one drawer into a different drawer, glasses from the cabinet into a different cabinet.
I was only trying to help.
I was shocked at my mother's behavior.
She told everybody that I was taking over the house.
Kathy uses Jesus as a weapon. She says that I'm controlling, and that's evil. Kathy gets ultra crazy on me, sending text messages like, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ, amen."
I have told Angie the devil had a hold of her. I told her that she may even be devil possessed.
Kathy started calling me the spawn of Satan after I got pregnant.
Angie has put a wedge between Jason and his sisters.
I just get tired of getting stuck in the middle between my mom and wife. Just tired of them going back and forth at each other.
Angie has destroyed my family.
Okay, are we going to fix any of this today?
Yes, sir.
Does anybody want to do that?
Absolutely.
How about you?
That would be a miracle, and that would be wonderful.
That would be a miracle.
And wonderful.
Yeah. What are you doing wrong?
I have analyzed myself. I don't understand. I bend over backwards. I try. Everything I say is wrong.
So you can't figure out anything you're doing that's wrong. If you had to do something, I mean, if we just said, all right, I'm holding you by your ankles, I'm going to drop you off a 10-story building. If you don't tell me something important that you can do better to improve this, you would have nothing, you just say, drop me.
Drop me.
Just drop you.
I've
Just
tried
drop you.
everything.
Would you think of something as you pass the 5th floor, the 4th floor, 3rd floor? You wouldn't say, whoa, hold on, wait a minute, I thought of something. You wouldn't think of a thing.
Tried it all.
Wow.
Tried it all.
Because, see, I'm a father-in-law, and my wife is a mother-in-law. And, boy, I am not perfect.
No, me either.
She's close, but I'm not perfect. But how can you not have anything that you're doing wrong?
I've tried everything. I've apologized. I have bit my tongue.
Wow.
I've stayed away.
Okay, what are you doing wrong?
The-
What are you doing wrong?
What are you doing wrong?
What are you doing wrong?
What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong
Oh, I feed into the drama quite a bit. I mean, when she starts something, instead of me just standing back and letting Jason handle it, I step in and I kind of get mouthy.
Well, would this fall under the heading of mouthy? If you send her a text that said, "You bitch, leave my son out of it, you bitch."
That's right.
How dare you? Don't you dare ever call here ever again. I dare you.
Yes, absolutely. When she was saying my son was beating her up.
Would that include mouthy?
Yes, that's feeding into the drama.
Okay, but that would be mouthy.
Yes, it would be.
Okay. Have you called her a bitch?
Yes.
Crazy?
Yes.
Told her to off?
Yes. Inappropriate, but yes.
You've done that?
Yes.
And what was your theory at that point about what did you want the outcome to be? When you say this, usually we do things because we want a reaction. Mm-hmm. What reaction did you want? Let's throw down, bitch, I'll whoop your ass?
No, it was just out of frustration. I mean, it has been coming to me so long, I just honestly didn't know how to respond anymore.
But she has said she's done zero, zip, nada, nothing wrong.
Right.
I could drop her off a 10-story building. Even by the second and third floor, she would not have thought of a thing.
Right.
Before she splat, she would not save herself. So what is it that's so frustrating? Because she says she's done zip wrong, zero,
of course
nada,
she does.
yeah.
She thinks she's perfect. Absolutely thinks she's
Well, what
perfect.
is she doing wrong?
Well, she oversteps her boundaries.
How?
I mean, by, especially saying Jason isn't the father of our son. I mean, that's way overstepping her boundaries. Rearranging my living room, saying that I was just the girlfriend. I mean, honestly, who says that? Just because I was just the girlfriend, I wasn't allowed to have the furniture my way.
Because you're just the girlfriend.
Just the girlfriend.
What are you doing wrong in this situation?
Pretty much just letting both of them go back and forth and staying out of it.
Because you are kind of a spectator, right?
Yeah.
You just kind of sit over on the side and say, cat fight, not my job.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, how's that working for you?
Not very good.
Yeah. I made a list of the most offensive mother-in-law moments according to Angie. So you know, because you say, I don't know, you couldn't think of a thing.
Ready.
This is what she says. I don't warrant these as being valid, just what she says. First off, you said that their son is not their son. He's not the father.
Oh, I have reasonable doubt.
Okay.
Very much so.
After 7 years.
Okay, and have you called her a whore?
Pretty much.
Yes, absolutely.
Trampy.
I got you by the ankles.
Yes.
I'm dropping you, and you thought, I forgot I called her a whore.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. You bet.
Okay. Did you go over to the house and rearrange the living room and kitchen in her house?
Would you like to know why I did that?
No, just if you did. It's not an essay question.
Yeah, I did. It's a good deed.
Okay, it's a good deed. Okay, you can explain it later.
Okay.
Okay, did you go in their bedroom with a video camera?
Excuse me?
Did you go in with a video camera to their bedroom?
No.
And in fact said, don't do anything while I'm here.
Don't remember that. No, seriously, I really don't remember that.
How do you not remember if you went into somebody's bedroom with a video camera?
Well,
How do you not remember that? That would jump out if I went in my daughter-in-law's bedroom with a video camera. I think she and I would both remember that.
Okay. If it was during the time that I got my video camera, then when I got there, I wanted to videotape the house and everything. I wanted to videotape my son, everything.
So you do remember it?
I don't remember taking that camera
While
with
we
me.
were in bed, you wanted to videotape the house while we were in bed. Really?
They're in bed. They're in their covers up.
Yeah.
And you're in there. You don't remember that?
Don't remember that.
Okay.
But that wouldn't have been a big deal to me because I had just come in. Hey, good morning. Hey, say hi. I
Didn't
came
knock
to see
or
my
anything.
son.
She just walked in with video camera.
No.
Yeah, that didn't happen? I mean,
don't
because they could have been doing gymnastics or something. Okay,
I wouldn't have put myself in that kind of situation.
Well, you didn't
No
know. You
way.
didn't knock.
I would not.
Did you skip the wedding?
She doesn't go to second weddings.
You
I
skipped
skipped the wedding.
Did
Couldn't
you
afford
skip the
to.
birth of your grandson?
Yes.
Because you thought it was just her baby, not your actual grandson.
No, that wasn't the reason.
But you did skip it.
I came out after he was born. That's when I could come.
Okay. But how about the wedding? You don't do second weddings?
That wasn't it. I
But you
couldn't
didn't
afford
go.
to come for one. I had already come to the first one, and I wasn't able to make it to the second one. I had discussed it with my son. He understood.
She said that you undressed in front of her grandson and her.
Was I in my room?
No. No, we were all in my son's room, and she proceeded to strip completely naked in front of my 3-year-old son. And he said, Nanny's got boobies. And then he went to go tell his daddy that Nanny had boobies. And in their family, that's appropriate. In fact, she made fun of me, saying that I was prude.
You're in,
That's
well,
a lie.
it's not your grandson, according to you, it's her son. But you're in her son's room and you just peel down?
That's a lie.
Okay. All right. Did you take over the kitchen and
No.
kind of rearrange it and give her a raft of trouble for eating fast food?
Oh, I gave her a wrath of that one. Sure, I asked her reasoning for it. To me, you know, home-cooked food is healthier for a child and for my son.
Did you pack her stuff up one time? Did she pack your stuff?
Yeah, she did. I said I was going to go see my grandpa. He was dying in the hospital to give them some space. And I decided not to go. Jason didn't want me to go by myself. And she had literally put my stuff in the living room. Told
She's
me to
demented.
leave.
Helping you,
He was there.
helping you get
She
out the door.
absolutely did.
Okay. Have you called her a bitch in front of her son?
I don't remember that, but I have
Absolutely.
called her a bitch.
Right
You
in
have
front
called
of
her a
us.
bitch.
Yeah,
Wow.
however, that's 9 years ago. But
But we started
You're
this
holding-
show with me saying, if I was holding you by the ankles to drop you off a 10-story building, is there anything you could think of that you've done to contribute to the problems here? And you said, just drop me. Not a thing. Do you wash his underwear because she can't do it right? Have you done that?
are you serious?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, you walked in our room, went through our laundry basket with my underwear too, and grabbed his underwear, said I wasn't washing them with the right clothes.
Angie says that her mother-in-law spews scripture like she's God herself. But Kathy says she has reason to believe that her daughter-in-law does have Satan in her soul. She says Angie was such a flirt prior to her pregnancy that she wants proof that her grandson is biologically hers. Take a look.
Angie is overly flirtatious. The first time I went out to visit, there were several guy friends. She would just hang around their necks, jump in their laps, hang all over them. And I'd be going, what's going on here? One morning when I was there, I saw a gentleman come across to the kitchen. And she's like this with her robe, and she sees me and throws it back. And she tried to come up with some kind of excuse, well, I'm showing him my sunburn or something. And I went, really? I immediately thought she's a whore. You are playing my son for a fool and playing games. Who does that?
I had a friend that came over, and I was sitting on his lap, and Kathy now says that there's a possibility that he's our son's father. Well, good news for you, Kathy, he's gay.
I have had my suspicions from before the child was born. I would like my son to take a paternity test to see if this is my grandson.
Jason's just offended that his mom would even think that, let alone want a DNA test about it. I told her bring it on.
Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Why? I understand that you might not have chosen her if you were doing the picking, but spawn of Satan?
Okay,
But do you really think that?
yeah, I did.
You did or you do?
I do. I do. I believe I believe there's an evil spirit within her who tries to sever ties with the mother, goes between and lies, deceives,
Well, you did call her a whore.
manipulates.
You do that on your own.
Yes.
You did call her a whore.
Yes, after I seen these things.
You didn't
Okay.
see anything.
Okay, well, because you've made kind of a big thing about this. You said that you called her the spawn of Satan. You left a voicemail that said that Angie was Satan and that your son needed to get Satan out of the house.
Yeah, you bet.
You texted to her, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. You rebuke her?
Text after text after text was coming in that was driving.
And your
It was a driving force.
You have a prayer group for her?
At church, yes.
That she be
I pray.
delivered?
Yes. I put her on the prayer list. I want God to heal her.
That she has devil in her soul.
I
Needs to get the devil
want
out
God
of her
to
soul.
heal her. She has a problem in her head. She believes what she says.
Because they're true.
They're lies.
No, they're not.
You're believing your own lies and damning yourself.
Right. Are you Jesus?
I am not God.
Okay.
That's why I want
Then
God
shut
to
up.
deliver you.
Deliver her from Satan.
From the evil force that she is.
From the evil force that
From
she
her
is.
deceiving
So
evil ways.
you think that your son is living with a demonic force? No, is that what you're saying? Because listen,
Well-
as a Christian, I take this very seriously.
So do I.
And I want to know,
So do I.
if you think he is living with a demonic force, an embodiment of the devil, in this red-dressed, blonde-headed woman.
Satan was a beautiful angel, and he came to us as a serpent, okay? I see a snake. I call a snake what a snake is.
Did you look in the mirror? Seriously.
Do you know what?
No, what?
You
I
say
have
if
God
he,
in my heart, and I only want you in God's hands.
Okay.
And I have delivered you there.
And I want
have
you in my
stayed out of
son's
your
life.
I know you do. I have been. That was our deal. I was in my son's life.
No, I
and
said I want you in our son's life.
I can't be in your
I know, that's what we're here
I
for.
want to be in my son's life and my grandson's life, because you can't seem to let everything go. You want to keep needling
I
at
can't seem
me.
to let things go. When you bring up stuff I said when I was a teenager.
Stress. I've gone through heart
So
problems.
then stop
I've gone through
talking
stress.
like that.
I've gone through cancer. You know that people that have had this,
Yeah.
and
Poor,
you
poor, pitiful
needle,
Kathy.
You needle, you manipulate, and you weasel, and you do the things you know you should not do to connive and pester people.
Okay.
Why, Angie?
So what about
Why?
what Jason thinks?
well,
Not what
now,
I
being
think.
a pest and being Satan is a big gap.
Well,
Sure.
true. However, who takes the same thing for all these years? I've gone out 3 different times, stayed a whole month. Wholeheartedly, I give wholeheartedly to this girl, want to do good. And you want to talk about moving the furniture around? She's got a bad back. This is what she told me. She can't do this, she can't do that. I went out to try to help. She says, we got family coming over. Need to make more room and straighten this out so that all her family can come.
Well,
My daughter and I did this, and she ran out of the house telling I took over her home. I'm going, Angie, I just wanted to help.
Let's talk about her most offensive moments, because you gave us a lot to choose from, but I picked the top 10.
Go ahead.
You said that she has said that you controlled all of her visits and kept her from Jason and made her play with the grandson. You just made her do it, but that you kept her from her son.
She was lazy.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, no, it had nothing to do with me. Absolutely nothing to do. Jason ignored his mom.
She said you have flirted with other men in front of her.
I have friends that are Jason's friends too. The guy that I sat on his lap was gay. He was one of our really close friends. He's together with a partner now. Has nothing to do, it's none of her business what I do, for one. But for two, they were just my friends.
All right. She says that you told Jason you would not marry him if he got a blood test.
That is so not even true. First off,
Are you calling my son a liar?
Did
Are you
you-
calling my son a liar? I
Did
heard
you
it from
say
his
that?
mouth.
I never said that.
You said that when you called me.
what was that? You make things up and then you believe
You
him?
called me on the phone and said, Mom, she will not marry me if I have a blood test.
I never said that.
You
You're
did too say that.
delusional.
I never said it.
Did you say it or
No,
did you
I
not?
did not.
She said that you've gotten in her face in arguments and that Jason had to stop the fight.
Oh yeah, we've gotten each other's faces. Not that I have instigated towards her. She has done just the same.
She says
to
you
me.
bait her until she explodes. That you're the one that she calls it needling. You bait her, you needle her, and then you run and tell Jason what
Does
a
it
horrible
look like
person
she needs
is.
baited? She spits out whatever she can think of.
And we said that you called her a bitch, and that you told her daughter that her daughter looked like a whore.
That is way out of context. You want to talk about things that you need to leave in the past from a long time ago? The girl walked out. She was 14 years old. She was wearing a very short miniskirt. She asked Jason, she goes, "How do I look?" I popped off. I was 19 years old. I said, "Like a whore." I should have never said that. Jason looked at me and said, "Angie," and I said, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. It's very inappropriate." So they go home and they tell everybody I called her a whore. I didn't call her a whore. Those words didn't come out of my mouth. I thought her outfit was extremely inappropriate.
But you didn't say that. You said you look like a whore.
I said you look like a whore, which was really stupid.
She said you also told her daughter that she was lazy and that she needed to suck it up after her fiance died in Iraq.
I didn't say that. Jason said that.
You said that?
Yeah.
She said you slapped him for disciplining your son.
I did smack him very lightly. He smacked our 1-year-old. Our 1-year-old he was going like this to our son, and our son bit his finger. And Jason backhanded our son and busted open his lip. And I walked over to Jason, and I went like that to Jason, and I said, "How does it feel? If you wouldn't hit your partner, you shouldn't hit your son." That was it. That was the extent of it. I shouldn't have done that. I was really
Why
young.
did you hit your son in the face?
Just reacted. I mean, he bit me, I don't know, just reacted. Kind of like someone
She
hit
gets
you.
on to me because we don't spank our son. She says that's not the way Jason was raised. He needs to be spanked. He needs to be disciplined. I don't believe in spanking. I'll raise my son and our son how we want to, not how you want us to.
Have y'all ever tried to get along?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You've made an effort?
We both have.
You've apologized to her before.
Absolutely, on my knees. Absolutely.
How did that come about?
Well, when I said the comment "like a whore," Jason made me apologize several different times. They would have nothing to do with me. I got down on my knees and I said, "Please forgive me. I am really, really sorry. I did not mean it to come out that way. I mean, I had a big mouth. I should not have said it that way."
Yeah. So did she
Deluded.
apologize?
Deluded.
She didn't apologize?
She's deluded.
Did I apologize?
She was
On my
never on her knees. She has never got on her knees and apologized to us for that. She said, "I probably shouldn't have said it like that."
Our Twitter feed is blowing up right now. Mike Angie 2 says, "Christians do not call anyone a whore. Get a grip, mother-in-law. Let me talk to you for 1 minute." Sherry Lee Adams says that no wonder Christians get a bad rap with people like this mother. Good grief. He said, she said, man up, Jason. Then Dravens 512 says, throwing biblical terms at someone does not make you a Christian. So, interesting.
My mom came out 3 times, and the longer she stayed, the more they fought.
There was one time when Angie put it to the test. I was having a conversation with my son, and it went badly with Angela. She jumped up and started calling me some real nice names. You know what? You bitch. She jumped in my face, and I said, "Let's go."
She had her hand up. She was gonna smack me.
She wanted to hit me, and my son knew when I said it, I had enough. He jumped off the ground, threw his arms around her, and flung backwards and said, "No, Mom, please, no." And I said, "All right, if you say so." I said, "But you ought to let her go." She asked for it.
I was just thinking either one of them could have swung at each other. I had to step in between them and stop them from getting into a huge fist fight.
If she was gonna throw down on me, I was gonna mop the ground with her because I'd had enough. That was the last time I saw Angie.
So that's the way you left each other.
That wasn't even close to what happened either. Jason wasn't even there when we got into the argument. I had to call him at work, and he had to leave work and come home to get in between us. He was not there when we got in the argument at all.
We
But
were in
he
the
ultimately,
backyard.
he wound up there.
Yeah,
Right.
he wound up there. That's true.
You've sat for 9.5 years and done nothing to resolve this situation?
That's not true.
Not totally. I mean, I've told my mom my point, and it's like, I've tried to get them to change and try to get them to see both each other's point of view.
Right.
It just does not work. So I just got so...
Is your mother being rational about this?
At times. And then at times it's totally not rational at all.
So why is there a problem here? Give me your point of view.
They really just don't get along. I mean, you could look at one thing, one could say it was this, one could say it was something else, but it'd be the same exact thing. They both have the same point, but they would have to fight about it. I was like, this is ridiculous. That's like childish stuff. I was like, quit being so childish,
Well,
grow up.
why do you think that's happening?
Probably because I don't set boundaries on my mom and my wife
I
exactly.
mean, does your mother get along with other people in the world?
As far as I know, yeah.
Does she get along like with her neighbors and
No,
people
she
at
doesn't.
church or at the grocery store or?
As far as I know,
As far as I know,
haven't
she
been there.
fights with her daughters constantly and drags Jason into that too.
Yeah. I was talking to him.
Sorry. I agree.
No, seriously, I'm trying to get, what do you,
Like what? I mean, just gotten used to it, I guess. Just kind of blow it off. I'm like, you deal with it so long, you're like, I just don't care. I just blow it off, let them do what they want.
right? She's not happy with the situation.
Right.
She's your wife. Her problems with your mother.
And I've tried to fix it. I've told my mom, hey, can you change? Can you do something? I've like had her hold back, like, look, apologize to mom. Try to change things. I've done it to both of them. Neither one of them want to change it.
Not true. Not true, son. I've come out 3 times.
Really?
Every time I'm
Never want to hear my
wholeheartedly.
point of view, do you?
I'm listening.
This is the first time in how many years?
Well,
Except for the last time we
I've let
talked,
you
that I
have
just
your way
Totally cut
the
you
whole
out. I
time.
was like, hey, listen to my point of view.
Go ahead, finish. I have been listening to you, and I've gave you your way.
That's interesting. You say, go ahead, finish. But I have told you that,
Go ahead.
yeah. You guys are not the first ones to come up with problems with in-laws. You saw at the top of the show, we took a survey. How many people, what percent of people out there avoid their in-laws? Like 80% said they avoid their in-laws. And one thing we know for sure is in a marriage, it's your job to manage your people. It's your job to manage your people. Okay? So if there's a problem with your mother, that's your problem. You have to resolve. You don't just say, hey, let them work it out. I'm tired of it. That's not how this works, because you have a child in the mix here who has extended family that is estranged. And that's a very important omission in a child's life. It's important for a child to have extended family and realize there are other people besides mommy and daddy in this world that love me and look out for me and care for me. It helps them reach out and have confidence and grow as individuals. It's important. It's important to your mother that she have a relationship with you, and she can't because she feels like the spawn of Satan gets in the way here and drives a wedge between the two of you. So you can't just be passive about all of that. Delta Gamma Doll says, if adults cannot act mature, how can we expect children to? You said that you had serious reason to doubt if this child was actually your son's. I have the DNA results in this envelope. I have not read them before. So I've not looked in here.
So before you do that, I want you to know, he is my grandson, name-wise, and I've accepted him whether he was or he wasn't. This is the one I'm hoping it is for his son, for his sake. My concern is only for my son, his well-being.
But your son doesn't need to know what's in this envelope. He didn't ask for this.
No, he doesn't. That's why I
You
wondered
did.
why they brought it on here. Why would she bring me on here? She knows what I think about her. She knows what I've seen her do.
Well, she's hoping that maybe I could have something to say that you could build on.
I'm hoping we can just drop it all and like literally erase it and move on.
Do you want to know what's in here?
That would be nice.
Do you want to know what's in here?
Yes, I do.
You do want to know what's in here?
Yes, I do.
I know what's
So
in there.
there's no more doubt there because she put reasonable
You
doubt
shouldn't
there.
have doubt.
You put the reasonable doubt, darling.
Okay, well, what we did here is we have DNA from mother, child, and the alleged father. You are alleged to be the father. And what they do is they do a matchup of the child's DNA to see the probability that this child is actually yours. And we didn't just do this like in a home kit from the grocery store. This is from DNA Diagnostic Center, which is one of the top DNA labs in the country, in fact, in the world. There's a seal here. It's signed by the doctor. And it says that the probability of paternity is 99.99998.
That's wonderful.
So all the noise,
That is wonderful.
so all the noise.
That comes as a shock to me,
Okay.
but that is wonderful.
That comes as a shock to you.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, it's a shock. You're shocked. You look
But I'm
shocked.
thrilled.
How do you feel about the fact that you haven't seen your son's biological child in 4 years?
That doesn't feel good. And it's not really all my fault either as far as that, because financially it's hard.
Right.
We offer to pay
It's
your
hard.
plane ticket
Tickets.
every
I'm not
single
seeing
time.
it.
Yes, and every time I've gone, it just goes in.
So don't say it's financial though.
Okay.
I don't want the response. I don't want my son feeling the burden of having to pay my ticket. So I told him, let's do it so that I can pay for part or whatever. My financial deal is
But in
hard
4
on me. I'm a
years, you
pride
haven't
person.
gotten there.
But I've talked to him on the phone. I talked to the little boy.
But in 4 years, you haven't gotten
I haven't
there?
gotten there in 4 years, no. But ask my son, has he ever seen his nieces and nephews
I'm not talking about your nieces and nephews. I'm talking about you and your grandson.
in 8 years?
And I am telling you that
He's never met them.
you're not helping yourself here.
I'm sorry. I would love to see him. I would love to be a part of his life.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you how this works. Let me tell you how this works. There's a point at which you do have to hit the reset button and say, you know what?
Start over.
If you are as much of a Christian as you say, then you will seek forgiveness
Yes,
for yourself
yes,
and for her.
yes. Because God says
You don't need to preach to me. Let
7
me tell
times
you.
7.
Yeah.
I'm
I got it.
human.
I got it.
You
Yeah,
know,
yes,
and
you
it's
are.
hard.
You need to take baby steps with boundaries. And you just need to say, you know what, we're just not going to react. And every situation needs a hero. Let it be you. You don't have to take the bait and react. You don't have to take the bait and react. And so you should go out there to see this child, and I'm going to recommend that you not stay there. That
Oh,
you
I-
stay, no, listen to me.
know.
Listen to me.
You are right.
I thank you.
You are right.
Yes, I know. I'm going to recommend that you fly there, that you get a room at a nice hotel nearby, so you don't have to be feeling all the pressure involved. You can go and have a visit with your grandson. Then you can leave and spend the night, come back, have a visit with your grandson. If things get uncomfortable for you, just leave. You've got a room that's there, and as my gift, allow me, so you don't burden your son. I will pay for your round-trip ticket to go there. Okay, I will do that, and I will pay for the hotel. I will pay for the ground transport. I'll pay for whatever, so nobody is burdened in any way. And all I ask is that everybody act like you've got some sense.
Thank you.
You know, just act like you got some sense.